Hi everyone, it's Molly Dawnbell and welcome back. So, throughout the past few weeks since I got promoted to co-barn manager, I've been looking through a lot of horse sale posts and just trying to look for lesson horses that I think would fit our program and just the way we function here at Greenlark Equestrian. And I ended up messaging about 5 people about their horse sale posts, and only 3 got back to me. Rude. I'm kidding. So this week I went and tried them all out, and I put a bunch of clips together, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about the ponies that I try and whether I got them or not, and yeah, I thought it'd be kind of fun. So, we currently only have 4 lesson ponies at our entire equestrian facility. 4. And we have a lot of lessons per week, and it's too much for ponies, okay? They're just animals, okay? And we don't want to overwork them, but we also don't want to lose money, and because, money is how we keep our facility functioning and how we keep our horses happy and healthy. So we had to result in looking for lesson ponies. So I'll introduce you one day to all of the horses on our facility, but I just showed some brief pictures there. Yeah, one day you'll get to know them and things, just not in this one, okay? Yeah. So the first yard that we went to was this beautiful little yard in Valedale. They had gorgeous stables and really, really beautiful gardens. Like, this is what surrounded their yard. It's crazy. It's gorgeous. The first pony that I tried out was actually a Welsh pony ex-thoroughbred, which is crazy. This little guy's name is Fletcher, and he's around 6.5 years old, but already he has such a good show past and good lineage too. As soon as I got on him, it felt different. He sort of held himself a lot differently than a lot of my horses. He felt ready to go though. I didn't have to kick very much, and he was very forward, which you very rarely see in a pony. I'm not gonna lie, they're quite lazy. They are. The things that stood out for me regarding Fletcher was how self-carried he was and really, really forward, as well as how he responded mostly to voice. I really didn't need to put much pressure in my knees or kick very much, and I like to just talk to the horses, and that could be really handy in lessons because sometimes kids don't realize, you know what, you can talk to the horses too. You can squeeze with your knees. Most of the time they're sort of taught to just kick, and it's quite good to learn that voice works just as well. You just gotta teach it. His canter was very smooth, very balanced. He didn't feel like he was gonna stumble at all, but it did not have 3 beats like it's supposed to. I'm pretty sure it was like a 4 or 3.5. I don't know, but apart from that, it was pretty smooth, yeah. Overall, I'm very impressed with all of this pony's little traits and how he rides and his gaits, and I am definitely impressed, so I'll be taking him home. So that was successful. Why can't I say that? I'm actually gonna leave that in because this happens every time I try and say that word. Anyway, I'd like to say that went well, and we're gonna take him home in a few days once everything's sorted and we do vet checks. But on like the riding side, I'll definitely say yes to this pony, but obviously it matters how he does on the vet checks. Also, yes, I am wearing a protective vest because ponies can be evil, okay? And I was preparing in advance, okay? Because ponies are evil. Okay, they are. They can be unpredictable. They can throw you off in literally a second. They're a lot firm. They're more firm than horses. They are not eager to do what you want all the time. So I was preparing. Okay, I was. The next yard was this beautiful stable called Golden Leaf Stables, and they had an absolutely stunning property. I mean, they're constantly in fall here, which is, it's really lucky. And they had set up a little course, but we didn't go over the whole course because we're just trying her out. I texted in advance before I came to these yards that I want to be able to tack them up because horses can have some quirks that you might not realize when you're purchasing because they don't let you tack up. So that process is really important to me. Honestly, I look giant on her. I'm only like 5'5.5", but she was quite small. She was. I looked huge. This little pony is called Lana. She is a Connemara Arabian cross, and she was really, really light in the bridle. I could feel that as soon as I got on. She sort of just let you do your thing, you know? She just sat back and let you do whatever. Now, yes, that may seem like a good thing, like whilst I'm riding her, but a kid sitting back and letting the kid do all the work, or even just a beginner, they're not always children. I always do that, I'm sorry. But that could cause some issues. Now, she had great gaits, very collected, and my only issue is that I had to keep on kicking. She needed a lot of leg, and I needed quite short reins, but this girl flew over jumps like a jet. She was really good. Lana managed her striding really well. She had great scope, knees to nose, and I was impressed. I was. So I gave this girl a big pat, and then I looked at my camera and I nodded because I want to take her home. Now, I'm really happy to take Lana into our lesson program, but she did have quite a few quirks that I do think that we could train out of her. The one that was my main issue was that she was dead to the leg. Like, she would not respond to many kicks, and if she did, it would take a lot of kicks, and I mean a lot. Which can be good in the sense that, you know, you're teaching these people to learn horses, to learn how to get them to move when you want them to, and teaching beginners to be firm, because you really have to. As an equestrian, you have to be firm, and that is just an issue. Although for her price and how actually not like suspicious her owners were at all, I couldn't just let her go because that girl could jump like a plane. Really, she was a great jumper. I was really shocked because they were such like short jumps, like 0.30 probably, and she like flew over them for some reason. I don't know where she learned that, but yeah, I'm impressed. And actually, none of the two ponies that I've tried already, they didn't try walk off when I was mounting, and that's usually a quirk that a lot of lesson ponies have, but Lana and Fletcher just sort of stood there until I was ready. We then visited Dunto to try out a pony, and they also set up a course, a bunch of poles and cavalettes, which I think is really sweet that they put in that much effort. I mean, this yard was gorgeous, surrounded by mountains and trees and water. They had everything here. Whilst tacking up, she stood like a gem. Like, she just sort of waited there until I was ready. There was no impatience or bitterness towards like how long I was taking, because this girth was really, really rough. Like, I could not get the buckle in. The first thing I noticed with this pony, who by the way is Dora, she's a Welsh Pony Fjord cross, I think. They don't know because she was a rescue. But the first thing I noticed with her was how lazy she was. I mean, I had to kick, I had to click, I had to push my knees, I had to talk. I had to do like every single thing just to get her to walk, and that scares me. Okay, you can see here I'm trying to get her the trot, and she finally does, which is, it's a little bit risky to buy a pony, that has quirks like this. Although, when I finally got her in the speed that I wanted, in the gait that I wanted, she did great work. I mean, she is a hard worker. I feel like it's just getting her to start working. It's like, are we doing this again? But when she's in work and she's concentrated, she did great work. I'm not gonna lie, she really did. She had trouble keeping the pace up, but I do think that's just due to her age, because she's actually reaching like 15, and I think that's why they sort of lowered her price, which I don't think that's too old, especially if she's just a lesson pony, but you know. Now, whilst cantering, it was very easy for me to notice that she was really heavy in the hands when we cantered, and she was really behind the leg. Like, I had to keep on kicking. I do think that when she jumped, she did enjoy that. She seemed to like to just soar over them. Now, there was no deal-breaking reason as to why I wouldn't bring this pony home, so I bought her because she did have good traits, but a lot of bad ones too. Now, the bad traits that she has can be taught out of her. Thankfully, I spoke to my trainer, and I also spoke to Lisa, and they said definitely, like, they're little quirks. So, the 3 ponies will be brought home in a few days. We still gotta do vet checks, though they might not definitely be coming home, but I didn't see anything suspicious about either of their owners, which I think I got really lucky. I mean, no risky buys and no, like, I didn't get thrown off at all, and I rode 3 ponies this week. God, that's crazy. I'm just kidding. Ponies aren't always evil. They just have big personalities, and they take no crap. I do think that this went well, and I was happy that I got to take you along and get some clips. I know it's not a vlog because this is a voiceover and I'm sitting at the stable right now, but it was still fun to edit and film, so thank you for watching. I love you all. Bye bye.